You are 23 years old, and you are sitting across a table from a man who is about to reject you. He is the VP of engineering at a company in Palo Alto. He has a Patagonia vest and a condescending smile, and he just asked you to reverse a binary tree on a whiteboard. You did it. Correctly? In 4 minutes. He still said no. Not a culture fit? You walk to the parking lot and sit in your car, a 2011 Hyundai Elantra with a dent in the rear bumper, and you grip the steering wheel until your knuckles turn white. This is the 14th rejection in 2 months. You have a computer science degree from a school nobody in Silicon Valley respects. You have a notebook full of product sketches that you carry everywhere like a prayer book. What you do not have is a Stanford hoodie, a warm introduction, or a last name that opens doors. That night, you open the notebook. The same page, the one you have been staring at for 8 months. An idea so obvious you cannot believe nobody built it yet. You have been waiting for someone to hire you so you could build it under their name. But nobody will hire you, so you open your laptop and start building it yourself. Not because you are brave, because every other door is locked. This is your life as every tech billionaire level. From the rejection letter to the IPO bell. Every line of code. Every compromise. Every version of yourself you killed to become the next one. Level 1, the builder, age 23. You build for 4 months. Alone. You eat peanut butter sandwiches and gas station coffee, and you do not leave your closet bedroom for stretches of 30 hours. The product launches on a Tuesday. You post it on Hacker News. By midnight, 1,200 signups. By Friday, 6,000. Your income, 0. Your burn rate, $1,400 a month. A venture capitalist emails you. Then 4 more. Last month, nobody returned your calls. Now they are fighting over yours. You learn the first lesson of Silicon Valley. Nobody wants you until everybody wants you, and then they all want you at the same time, out of fear that someone else will get you first. You are not excited. You are angry. A quiet, controlled anger that lives behind your ribs like an ember. 14 rejections. Not a culture fit. You will remember that phrase for the next 20 years. Revenge is not a business plan, but it is fuel. Level 2, the funded, age 24. You raise $3.2 million from a firm on Sand Hill Road. The partner who writes the check is 31, wears no socks, and asks if your product can 10 times the paradigm. You say yes because $3 million is worth one stupid sentence. You hire engineers. Then a designer. Then a guy named Marcus who says he can do everything. Sales, ops, marketing. You give Marcus 10% equity and the title of co-founder. This will be the most expensive decision of your life. You move into an office above a sandwich shop in Mountain View. It smells like salami and ambition. You push code, answer customer emails, and fix the server at 2 o'clock when it crashes because you cannot afford a DevOps hire. Your salary, $42,000. Your equity, 54% of a company valued at $16 million on paper. Paper is not money. Paper is a promise that only matters if everything goes right. Level 3, the betrayal, age 26. Marcus leaves. Not quietly. He takes 3 engineers, the sales playbook, and your product roadmap. He starts a competing company and raises $11 million before you find out. He pitches investors using your words, your strategy, repackaged under a different logo. You sit in your office at midnight reading the TechCrunch article about his launch. Your chest feels like someone parked a car on it. Your board tells you to focus. Your lawyer tells you to sue. Your remaining team of 9 looks at you the way passengers look at a pilot during turbulence. You do not sue. You ship. 3 features in 5 weeks. You land a Fortune 500 partnership that Marcus was courting. You take it with a better product and a faster deployment. And when the deal closes, you feel something new. Not happiness. Coldness. A clean, efficient absence of emotion. This is the moment you become dangerous. Not because you are ruthless. Because you learned that trust has a price, and you decided to never pay it again. Series A raised $22 million. Valuation, $94 million. Marcus's company will fold in 18 months. You will not celebrate. You will not even mention his name. Level 4, The Machine, age 29. 340 employees. Offices in San Francisco and New York. You no longer write code. You write emails. You approve budgets. You sit in glass conference rooms and talk about retention metrics and quarterly targets. You use the word alignment without flinching, and that scares you more than anything Marcus ever did. Series C, $120 million at a $780 million valuation. Your equity is worth $421 million on paper. You lease a Model S and move to a 1-bedroom in Hayes Valley. $4,800 a month. You could afford 10 times that, but paper millions are a hallucination. You have seen billion-dollar companies disappear in a quarter. You meet a woman named Priya at a dinner party. She is a pediatric surgeon. She works 16-hour shifts saving children and makes $290,000 a year. You manage a chat application, and your equity is worth more than her entire career. This math bothers you. You marry her 11 months later. She is the only person in your life who does not want anything from you. A competitor with a worse product raises $200 million. Their Super Bowl ad gets 14 million views. Your product is superior. Their brand is louder. Second lesson of Silicon Valley: the best product does not win. The best story does. Level 5, the unicorn, age 31. $1 billion valuation, 900 employees, 4 offices, a head of people who sends emails with subject lines like "Living Our Values Out Loud," a CFO already talking IPO timeline. You fly to Tokyo for a partnership deal. Business class. 3 hours of sleep on the plane, straight into a 9-hour meeting, back the next day. Somewhere over the Pacific, you realize you have not had a conversation with Priya that lasted longer than 6 minutes in 2 weeks. She does not complain. That is worse. She is a surgeon. She understands obsession. She just thought she would not be married to one. Net worth on paper, $540 million. Liquid cash, $1.9 million. You could not buy your own office furniture if you had to pay in real money. Level 6, the IPO, age 33. IPO at $38 a share. Opens at $61. Closes at $54. You learn the stock market is a mood ring for 8 million strangers. Net worth at market close, $6.1 billion. You are 33 years old. Your father calls. He moved from Hyderabad to the U.S. in 1987 with $400 in his pocket. Drove a taxi in Chicago for 11 years. Managed a motel off I-55 for 20 more. He does not understand what your company does. But he says, "I am proud of you," in a voice that cracks on the word proud. And you sit in your office with the door closed and press your palms into your eyes until the pressure makes colors. You buy a house in Atherton, 8,400 square feet. You and Priya use 4 rooms. The rest collect silence. Level 7, the Empire, age 37. You acquire 4 startups in 3 years. $2.8 billion total. You are not building anymore. You are buying. Each acquisition makes your product harder to leave and your competitors harder to start. Not innovation. Consolidation. An internal report lands on your desk. Your algorithm increases screen time by 42 minutes per day among users aged 13 to 17. The engagement is extraordinary. The methodology is manipulation. You read the executive summary. You do not read the full report. You put it in a drawer. You do not open the drawer again. This is your dark turn. Not dramatic, not cinematic. A quiet decision to not know something you already know. You choose the number over the consequence. The machine does not pause for ethics. It pauses for earnings. Net worth, $14.8 billion. You give a TED Talk. You start a $300 million venture fund. Young founders pitch you with the same desperate energy you once had, and you nod and write checks and realize you are now the man in the Patagonia vest. The gatekeeper. You do not say no to the kid from a school nobody respects. You write him the check. It does not make you feel better. It feels like buying forgiveness from a version of yourself that no longer exists. Level 8, the glass room, age 41. A journalist at the New York Times has the internal report, the one from the drawer. 14 pages about how your algorithm maximized engagement in teenagers at the cost of their mental health. The story includes a Slack message. 5 words from you. The numbers look great, Ship. Senate subcommittee. Charcoal suit. A senator reads your message out loud. You say that message lacked context. You hear yourself. You know it is a sentence that means nothing and costs everything. Stock drops 19%. $2.7 billion gone. Someone posts your home address. Priya takes the kids to her sister's in Portland. She says it is for safety. You both know it is also a test. You announce $400 million for digital wellness. You hire a chief ethics officer. The press calls it damage control. They are correct. Net worth, $11.3 billion. 9 lawyers. A crisis team. 6 security personnel. You have not walked alone on a street in 2 years. The last code you wrote was at 28. You build nothing now. You manage perception. Level 9, the reckoning, age 45. You step down? A new chapter. The board wanted you gone. Executive chairman, a title you negotiated as a parting gift. Your replacement is a woman named Claire from Microsoft, who communicates through lawyers and will never have a Slack message read in a Senate hearing. Your son is 12. He asks what you do now. You say, I invest in companies. He asks what that means. You say, I help people build things. He says, but you don't build anything. He is 12 and he is right. You start a foundation, $2 billion. Education, climate, AI safety. You fly to Nairobi and visit a school your money built. A girl shows you a robotics project made from spare parts, and your eyes sting because she reminds you of someone you used to be. You fly home on a jet that costs $11,000 an hour. The irony is not subtle. Priya is still there. She stayed, not because of the money. She makes $310,000 and would be fine. She stayed because she remembers the man in the one bedroom in Hayes Valley who looked at her like she was the only real thing in a city made of paper. She is waiting for him to come back. You are not sure he exists anymore. The end. You are 52. You sit on a bench outside a coffee shop in Palo Alto. Baseball cap. No security detail for the first time in a decade. Drip coffee. $4.75. A kid sits at the next table. Mid-20s. Laptop. Headphones. He is building something. You can tell by the way his eyes move, that lock-in where the world dissolves and the only thing left is the problem and the screen and the electric belief that the solution matters. He does not know who you are. You are just a middle-aged man in a cap. And for the first time in 20 years, that feels like enough. You want to tell him something. You want to say, the thing you are building will cost you more than you think. Not money. The other thing, the version of yourself that sits in this chair right now, focused and free and unbroken. You will trade him away, piece by piece, upgrade by upgrade, until one day you sit on a bench and try to remember what he felt like and you cannot. You do not say anything. You finish your coffee. You drive past the building where you were rejected at 23. It is a sweet green now. The VP, who said not a culture fit, works at a company you acquired in 2031. He reports to someone who reports to someone who reports to Claire. You do not think about him. That is not true. You think about him every time you drive past this block. You just do not feel anything about it anymore. And the absence of that feeling is the most expensive thing you ever bought.